Your transcript arrived at admissions committee before you did. Before your personal statement, before your observation descriptions, before your interview, your academic record was already telling a story about whether you are ready for graduate training. Most applicants assume that that story is a GPA number. It's not. For the next few minutes, I'm going to show you exactly what committees are actually reading when they open up your OTCAS academic history. Because what I'm about to tell you comes from a lot of experience doing a lot of reading of applications, and it changes how you need to think about every academic decision you have made and every one you still have to make. Here is the fundamental misunderstanding most applicants carry into the application process. They think the transcript is a list of completed boxes, course taken, grade earned, moved on. Committees do not read transcripts that way. They look at patterns, narratives, professional documents, and answer questions that the application never directly asks. Did this applicant challenge themselves, or did they take the path of least resistance? Did they perform consistently, or are there unexplained dips that suggest vulnerability under sustained pressure? Did they complete what they started, or is there a pattern of withdrawal and avoidance? Is the scientific foundation required for OT practice and certification exams preparation generally there? Or does it look like it is on surface while having gaps underneath? And here's the thing about those questions that changes everything. Committees are asking them specifically because of two accreditation standards that drive some admissions decisions. There are two ACOAT standards that require programs to maintain a certain level of success. One requires programs to maintain an 80% graduation rate calculated against their admitted cohort. Another standard requires 80% of the graduates have passed the certification exam. So, every admissions decision is a bet that the admitted student will satisfy both of those expectations. Your transcript is one of the primary evidence committees use to assess that bet. The pattern of your academic record tells them whether you are likely to finish the program and do well, and whether you're likely to pass the boards. That is what they're reading for. Not whether you're a good person, not really if you want this bad enough. They're looking at whether there's evidence in the academic record to support the institutional bet that they are being asked to make. Can you pass both graduate and accreditation? So let me show you specifically what each part of the transcript communicates, course by course, because understanding this changes how you present every piece of your academic history. Your science prerequisites receive the most scrutiny, full stop. Anatomy, physiology, biology, chemistry, neuroscience, kinesiology, statistics. These are the direct foundation of OT clinical practice and certification preparation. Committees are asking 3 specific questions about every single science prerequisite. Where did they take it? In person, at a regionally accredited institution with laboratory components? That signals genuine preparation. Online without labs raises a question. How did you perform? Strong science performance reduces the readiness risk. Weak performance raises it. Did you retake any courses? One retake after a genuine struggle can demonstrate resilience. Multiple retakes of the same course can demonstrate a pattern that requires you an explanation. And here is the piece about science GPA specifically that most applicants never know until it's too late to do anything about it. OTCAS calculates your GPA their way, not your institution's way. Every attempt at every course is included. That C that you retook and replaced with an A, both grades show up on your OTCAS GPA calculation. Grade replacement policies at your institutions don't apply. OTCAS these original grades regardless of your school's forgiveness policy. OTCAS also calculates multiple GPA simultaneously. Overall GPA, science GPA, prerequisite GPA, the last 60 credit hours GPA. Your science GPA at some institutions may be weighted more heavily because the committee is looking for your readiness. So, if your science GPA is significantly lower than your overall GPA, committees notice that gap immediately. Know all 4 of your OTCAS GPA numbers before you submit your application, not right after. And here is the most actionable thing I can tell you about how to make sure your transcript tells the story that gets you in, or considered at least. Because this is the piece most applicants leave off entirely, or they leave it to chance. Your transcript tells one version of your academic story. Your application materials tells a version that gives the story context, meaning, professional framing. Every concerning pattern on your transcript is manageable. None of them are automatic disqualifiers. What matters is whether your application addresses them directly, rather than leaving it up to committees to interpret on their own. Committees interpret undressed concerns conservatively, always. Address yours explicitly with a forward-moving narrative and evidence of what's changed. That combination, honest acknowledgement, specific turning point, sustained evidence since, turns a transcript concern into a demonstration of exactly the resilience and self-awareness committees are evaluating for. Join us at OT Student Leveled Up, a school community that has the whole full course on exactly how to work in this framework. What committees evaluate course by course, how OTCAS calculates your GPA, how to build your transcript narrative that makes committees feel confident rather than uncertain. There are also sessions that you can join and have direct access to me. Both links are in the description.